You've tried everything: affirmations, visualizations, meditation, mental reprogramming. But when you look at your life, nothing has really changed. And maybe you're wondering, what is still keeping me trapped in this cycle? This video is the answer you've been searching for, but not in the way you expected. Because the truth is, you don't need another method, another course, or another video. What you need is to understand why, even knowing so much, you keep creating the same reality. There is an invisible prison where most people live, a vibrational prison fueled by automatic thoughts, unconscious beliefs, and repeated emotions. And the key to escaping this prison is not doing more. It's to stop identifying with the reflection of your past. Today, you'll discover the 3 Hermetic Secrets that free your mind, break the repetitive cycle, and activate a new state of consciousness. This video is for those who have tried everything and nothing worked, but are now ready to understand, once and for all, how to change everything. Do you feel like you've studied everything, but your life is still stuck in the same place? Taken courses, watched videos, read books, yet something keeps pulling you back into the old cycle? If that's your case, take a deep breath, because this video isn't just more content for your rational mind to consume. It's a vibrational message, a calling from the All, for your consciousness to remember what it already knows. You are not broken, you're not late, and you don't need to learn anything else to be worthy of the life you desire. What you need is to silence the mental noise that insists on telling you you're not ready yet. Before we move on, remember this: liking this video and subscribing to the channel isn't just about supporting the project. It's a way of teaching the algorithm itself that you're co-creating a reality where content like this becomes more accessible. That simple action vibrates a choice, the choice to align with wisdom. And when you choose wisdom, the universe responds in resonance. You're here for a reason, and your presence is the first sign that something is already shifting. But to truly change, you need to understand what's behind your endless search for answers. There's a subtle paradox that traps many seekers. The desire to heal can unintentionally affirm that something is wrong with you. That's the trap of the spiritual ego, turning self-knowledge into just another scarcity pattern. You believe that if you just study more, think better, raise your vibration, you'll finally unlock abundance. But that effort comes from a frequency that says, "I'm still not enough." And it's that silent vibration the universe listens to and mirrors back. You can't change your life while believing something is wrong with it. You are a divine spark, and this isn't poetry, it's metaphysics. In Hermeticism, the All is living mind, and you are a conscious thought within that mind. When you forget this, you start searching for salvation outside and get lost. But when you remember, you are set free, because nothing happening around you has power over you until you assign it meaning. Look at your life now as a reflection of who you once were. Everything around you, debts, difficult relationships, illness, lack, is the past. They are manifestations of old vibrational states that no longer define you. Material reality has a delay. It reflects what you've already emitted, not what you're choosing now. That's why psychic liberation begins when you look at the chaos and declare, "This is not me. This is just the reflection of who I was. And now I choose differently." Do you wake up each day feeling like you're reliving the same script? The same bills, the same struggles, the same thoughts spinning in your head? This repetition isn't coincidence. It's the echo of an unconscious vibrational frequency. Most people live trapped in this cycle without realizing it's not external. It's internal. The world around you isn't keeping you stuck. It's your vibrational field repeating patterns. And that happens because the universe doesn't respond to what you want, but to what you vibrate. Hermes Trismegistus once said, "Nothing rests, everything moves, everything vibrates." The first key to escaping this prison is realizing that your current reality is just an echo of what you once emanated. If your vibration is fear, lack, or self-punishment, that's what will be reflected in everything around you. You might say 1,000 times that you want abundance, love, or healing. But if your core vibration is scarcity, abandonment, or guilt, that will become your universe. Because vibration comes before thought, and long before physical reality. And here lies the first Hermetic secret. Vibration never lies. You can try to convince the world you're fine, but the universe responds to your silent vibration, not your words. That's why liberation begins with an intimate decision to stop vibrating in the past. The reality around you is a delayed mirror. What you see has already passed. What you vibrate now is what creates what's next. What if everything around you is just an echo of who you no longer are? What if you could choose a new vibration right now, a new mental and emotional field, even without external proof? Would you have the courage to vibrate the new, even in the chaos of the old? Because that's the true leap, creating in the invisible, even without evidence. And this leads us to the second secret, where you'll understand why shifting your vibration isn't effort, it's release. Have you ever felt that every time something gets better, things quickly fall apart again? It's as if some invisible force keeps pulling you back to square one. That force has a name, the law of rhythm. Hermes taught that everything moves in cycles, nothing grows in a straight line. Everything swings between poles like a silent pendulum. When you don't understand this law, you identify with the highs and lows. And without noticing, you start feeding the repetition with your own emotions. You want stability, but you vibrate anxiety. You want peace, but panic at every oscillation. And the universe responds exactly to that. To the field of agitation you reinforce. It's as if every crisis triggers your old identity. Pain makes you vibrate the past, and the past recreates the pain. The cycle continues because you forget that you're greater than the pendulum. The second secret is this: don't fight the cycle, transcend it. You don't need to stop the waves, but you do need to stop drowning in them. Take the stance of the silent observer. See it, but don't engage. That's the key to breaking the emotional addictions that keep creating the same life. When you refuse to react in the same way, your vibration shifts, and reality begins to respond in a completely different way. There's a path to accelerate this process, and it's within your reach right now. For centuries, these laws were preserved in secret manuscripts, and today, you can access them in a clear, practical, and initiatory way. The ebook, The Key to Prosperity, reveals how to use the 7 Hermetic laws to transform your financial, mental, and spiritual life. This content is not just a casual read, it's an initiatory tool for those who are ready. The link is in the pinned comment. And now, are you ready for the third and most powerful secret? It doesn't require effort. It doesn't require blind faith. It only requires one inner choice, the decision to no longer be who you were. Because the true miracle happens when you stop identifying with the old. And that's exactly what we're going to talk about now, the rupture with the illusion of the wounded self. Shall we? Have you ever caught yourself saying, "That's just how I am," as if there's no way out? Or believing that certain patterns are simply part of you, like a fixed destiny. That's the mind's greatest deception, mistaking thought for identity. But the truth is, you are not your thoughts. You are the one who observes them. This is the third secret, and perhaps the most powerful of all. Because when you remember who you are, the cycle dissolves. Hermeticism teaches that the universe is mental, all is mind. But that doesn't mean everything is in your head. It means that everything begins in the mental field of universal consciousness. The thinking mind is part of a greater field, the all. And when you identify with thoughts of lack, fear, or guilt, you're simply tuning into a vibrational frequency, not the truth of who you are. Your true essence lies beyond thought. It is pure consciousness, the divine spark, the point of creation. And when you take the position of the observer instead of the reactor, you disconnect from the energy that sustains the pattern. This is psychic liberation, stepping out of autopilot and starting to create from a new internal place. Start now. Observe your thoughts with neutrality. Don't fight them, just watch without identifying. This simple act shifts your vibration more than any technique, because it puts you back in the seat of the creator, not the victim. You begin to vibrate not what you feel, but who you truly are. And the universe responds to that remembrance with new realities. When you realize that everything around you is manifested past, you free yourself from the burden of trying to change the outside world. You understand that what matters is the now, and that the now is the creation point of everything. The final secret is this: everything changes when you change who you are. And that's exactly what we're going to explore next. Have you ever caught yourself saying, "It's hard to find someone, money is getting scarcer," or "illness comes for everyone"? These phrases seem like absolute truths, but they're just deeply rooted beliefs in a system that profits from your limitation. From an early age, we're taught that everything is scarce: time, love, health, success. They created a collective reality where lack is normal, and questioning it seems naive. But look at nature. There's abundance in everything. A single tree produces hundreds of fruits. A river never has to ask to flow. The sun rises effortlessly. Nature doesn't compete for space. It cooperates. This is the language of the universe, abundant, rhythmic, and perfect. There is no scarcity in the all. What exists is inner imbalance that disconnects us from it. The Hermetic law of rhythm shows that everything moves in cycles, including abundance. If today you're experiencing winter, it doesn't mean spring won't come, but it only blooms for those who believe it's possible. The universe is mental, and scarcity is a learned mental pattern. It's not a truth. It's a collective hypnosis, and you can awaken. Every day, people rise from poverty, heal from so-called incurable diseases, and find love after years of loneliness. What's the difference between them and you? None, except the belief that they were worthy of a new destiny. While the mind repeats, "There's not enough. It's too hard. It's not for me," your field vibrates scarcity and only attracts more of the same cycle. Changing that begins with a new thought: I deserve more. You are not at the mercy of the world. The world is at the mercy of your vibration. There is no lack of opportunity, only energetic misalignment. And the key to changing that isn't out there. It's in you remembering who you are. A spark of the all, capable of collapsing a new reality with one decision: to stop identifying with lack, and to begin vibrating as someone who knows they already are, and already have. We've arrived at the most important point of this entire journey. You're not here by accident. Something inside you already knows this. This video didn't bring techniques to memorize or ready-made formulas. It brought the key to a secret guarded for thousands of years: mental transmutation, the most powerful of all Hermetic teachings, and the most hidden. The world tried to convince you that changing reality requires external effort, that you need to be perfect, know more, suffer less, fight harder. But the truth is, the outer world is just a mirror of what you vibrate within, and everything that vibrates within begins in the mind. If the universe is mental, as Hermeticism teaches, then whoever governs their own mind governs their own life. And here's what no one told you. The reality manifested around you is the past. Everything you see was created by an old thought, by a vibration that no longer needs to exist. That's why repeating to yourself in moments of chaos, "This is the past. I choose to create something new now," is a sacred act. True transmutation happens when you refuse to react, when you become the conscious observer of your own mind. It's too simple for the ego, and that's why it's so powerful. The ego wants control, urgency, explanations, but the soul wants silence, presence, awareness, and in that space, power returns to your hands. Say now, as an internal decree, "I am not my thoughts. I am the one who observes them, and I choose to think differently now." That is real alchemy, the purest form of magic. That's how you break the cycle. That's how you transform reality. That's how you're reborn into a new vibrational identity. And if you felt this calling, then understand, you are not alone. Thousands of people are awakening to the same knowledge. Together, we form a web of consciousness that goes beyond the visible. If this message touched you, like this video and subscribe. That teaches the algorithm to bring more content like this, and you become an active part of this collective transformation. And if you want to apply all of this in practice, the ebook The Key to Prosperity is your next step. It reveals how to use the Hermetic laws to transform your financial life, not through wishful thinking, but through applied, ancient wisdom. The link is in the pinned comment. Leave the phrase in the comments, "I am the one who observes," and share this video with someone who needs to awaken. In the end card, I'll meet you in the video, The Double Slit and the Law of Mentalism, to understand how science is already proving all of this. You are not broken. You are awakening, and that changes everything.